Attention military veterans and military personnel. This is Tracy from Lakewood College, and I am excited to announce the new partnership between ETA Associates and Jamal King's Make Real Estate Real. Give me a call so I can see if you qualify to receive the Make Real Estate Real with no out-of-pocket expense to you. I can be reached at 1-800-517-0857. My extension is 700. You may also visit us at www.money4vets.com. Again, that is money4vets.com. You may also schedule an appointment with me through my text-only number at area code 216-678-9933. I look forward to speaking with you all.
Okay, cool. I am going to start small. I'm going to commit to something and I'm going to follow through with it. That's why I got the trainer right now, right? And you look at me and you're like, man, Jay, you work out all the time. Why you need a trainer? Because in the beginning, that was a process for me. The reason why I learned how to work out was because of a trainer that I had early on in my life. But I'm realizing you can't work out the same way. I learned how to work out in my 20s, right? How to really work out in my 20s. But now I'm 43. You can't work out at 43 the same way you worked out at 20.
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
Warm up this winter with fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door, contact-free. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and still enjoy high-quality veggies and proteins so you can turn those New Year's resolutions into realities. Go to HelloFresh.com/10success and use the promo code 10success for 10 free meals. You heard me right. 10 free meals, and that includes free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/10success and use the same promo code 10success for 10 free meals, including free shipping.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
Hey, they got me trapped in the closet this week. See, I'm shedding tears. We
Ooh,
packing
not
up,
R.
getting
Kelly.
out of the Airbnb. R. Kelly. Trapped. Hey, we packing up as we speak, man.
He all in the
descent from Cali.
In the closet.
Wow,
Hey, the
that
descent
look like
from
one of
Cali is
closets.
over.
You know what I'm saying? My closets don't look like that.
Hey, you're not supposed to say that name, though. You're not supposed to use that kind of term no more. He's still on punishment.
Well, you're from
The
Chicago.
Hey, man,
still
you
on
are
punishment.
innocent until proven guilty.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no,
no doubt.
He been guilty. He been proven himself guilty.
We got Dr. King in the building. Dr. King, what's happening?
Hey, bro, 2021. 2021. Let's go, man. I'm just, hey, just in it, bro. Just in it to win it. That's what I'm saying. I'm in it to win it right now.
There's always, not always. I can't give you the always title because he ain't always here, but
I'm
here to
always
grace
here.
us
I'm
for the
always
first
here.
time in 2021. As a 7-year-old, today is his actual birthday. All right, today
That's
is
it.
the day. We
That's
celebrated yesterday and had all kind of cake and ice cream and pizza and all kind of jazz, didn't we?
Y'all had to go to
y'all
work or
give it
something
up.
today?
for Carlos Quinney the third.
Hey,
Trey,
guys,
you look
welcome to-
older. Trey, you look older.
That's because I'm 7 and I was 6 the day before yesterday and the day and yesterday. And now I'm 7.
Good. You look like
Let's go. Happy birthday,
You
man.
look like a 7-year-old. Happy birthday, Neff.
Thanks.
All right, get your intro. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to Dre's Comedy Corner.
Thanks for having us.
Why did the barber win the race?
Trey, why did the barber win the race?
Cause he knew all the shortcuts.
Good job, son.
CJ, how is it possible that your son is funnier than you, bro?
I don't know, man. Talent skips a generation. You know what I'm saying? They say
because
talent
Pops got
skips
it
a
too.
generation.
Hey, Pops got it. Trey got it. Well, I don't know what happened
Yeah, I
between
know.
there.
I missed it, man. Nah, man. It's crazy, man. 7 years old. And, you know, I know y'all got kids older than my kids. Well, me and Carl on the same page, but, man, it's something else to see your kids getting older, the types of conversations that you have with them.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just different.
Boy.
It's just different. So, you know, it is what it is. I told Candace, like, I feel like anybody, like, if y'all ain't in your 30s, so y'all don't really, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to anybody else out there in their 30s. You got them moments where you like, I just be sitting there, like, getting myself something to eat or something, and Trey be like, hey, Dad. And I be like, yo, who I'm somebody dad? Like, you know what I'm
Who
saying?
he talking to?
I got them moments where, like, with Avery, she's still, like, little and be like, daddy. So it's kind of like, okay, like, when Trey say it, it's like, why you got bass in your voice talking about, hey, Dad. I'm like, man, shoot, I'm a whole dad out here. So, no, shout out to Trey, man, 7 years old today. We doing this pod a little early because Carl got a dip from the West Coast, so he called a audible on us.
Audible.
You know, but we are well into 2021, gentlemen. How is things treating you? Does it feel like a new era? Does it feel like post-COVID? Like, I don't know. Are y'all feeling any different?
I am. And I think I'm feeling different because, you know, it's just been me and D, you know. And so to have the kids here is like, you know, refreshing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a new start, a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? So it actually does feel like the holidays just because we're not used to having, you know, especially both of them together. We usually maybe one of them, you know, and then the other one's not there. So it's definitely been refreshing.
Yeah, I want to shout out to APOC, our church ministry. Me and Candace was dominating the other day in trivia. We had the white party. Carl, I had to quit. I was feeling bad. I was like, okay, me and Candace ran off about 3-4 straight. I was like, you know what? I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, everybody was complaining. I said, you know what? Let me just tap out because it's no longer fair. So, you know, shout out to the APOC
Well, it
New Year's
ain't
party.
fair that you donate the money, then you win the money back.
Well, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's how I prefer to do my charitable giving. You know, they say what goes around comes around. So,
Absolutely.
Carl, what's up, man? How's 2021 treating you, brother?
Hey, so far so good, but I'm about to make this descent into Lansing, Michigan. I'll let you know how it feels when I
the
get
weather's
back.
gonna be so great when you get back, Carl. I
that's a
sense
transition.
40s. I sense 40s for you, Carl. 40s
Hey,
with
I
the
will
sun.
take all the 40s. I'll take it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, it ain't Cali, and I'm going to pray for y'all because Maul FaceTimed me the other day from Chicago. Looked like they was
Ugly.
under
Maul. One
under a
question,
hole.
Maul. Is the Hawk out yet?
Oh, the Hawk has been here, brother. Oh, man. The Hawk. And then you know that Chicago type where the wind, bro, it's so funny. The snow here, it don't come down. It come from underneath. It comes slapping on the side, down the left, the right. You know what I'm saying? The snow in Chicago just be hitting you from all around.
Heavyweight
so.
champion, bro.
Oh,
Yes, indeed.
And Maul, we heard for the new year, Maul got a personal trainer. So
Sir.
you wanna
Explain
run us
that to
by?
us, Maul.
Right, exactly.
Explain that.
You know what?
Negative,
All right, so
negative body fat.
Because I'm
But
thinking
that-
Carl
that-
should have got I think Carl should have got the personal trainer. I'm looking at
That's
Carl's
what I'm
arms,
thinking.
and I'm looking at your arms. I'm thinking Carl was in there.
the reason why I got a personal trainer, all right, is because I know that my brothers over here, All right, CJ just got this whole gym in his house. I mean,
That's
state of the
true.
art.
It's just
Machine. I mean, he got he got everything, and I'm happy because now, like when I come over there, we can
I'm on
work
the
out. We can keep
Peloton.
it going.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
ET. He got the crib out there. He got the gym now. He doing all of this.
All
And
I got
was
is
like,
cardio.
Right. And I was like, man, you know what? I was just thinking to myself, like, man, things are opening back up. What's gonna happen? We get on stage, and then the hip hop preacher just decided to take his shirt off. I don't know, man. He just, and just show his
You're gonna be
muscles.
looking good.
What kind of conferences y'all doing next year?
You know what I'm saying? CJ might want to start wearing tight shirts too now. So I was like, all right, cool. I got to step my game up. Iron sharpens iron.
Got
So,
a better chance when CJ wear the tight shirt than me taking by it off.
But no, this trainer,
What kind
bro,
of conferences y'all got planned this year, Ma? I just want to know. From where you're going, I'm not sure I want to be a part of this.
Pre-sex. You know what I'm saying? That was a throwback to the last episode of anybody. You know what I'm saying? For all my 2020 listeners. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I am excited about 2021, man. Again, you know, we talked about it before. It's not like, you know, when the ball dropped, you know, all your problems drop. You still are presented with the same challenges, but there is something about the new year hitting that makes you feel like, okay, cool. And so Maul mentioned having a gym in the house. Me and Train just got it in this morning, man. Just a great workout.
Oh, that's good.
And man,
that's
let me
good.
tell you something, man. For those of you out there who still been neglecting your health, like that, to me, like your health is like the root of everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's hard to, even for myself, like if things are going right in business and everything's clicking and me and my wife on one accord, if you know you're not feeling right, like, you know, physically, it's hard to, you know, get yourself there mentally as well. So, man, just make sure you investing into your health. Shout out to Organifi. You see, I'm about to go in now. I'm on it every single day. I've been on it the last 3 weeks, and so we're going to keep this going in 21. So I'm about to pull this up as soon as somebody start talking and drink this on the podcast, get my energy I need, and get this 2021 off to a great start. Let me ask y'all a quick question before we get into it. What's the one thing in 2021 that you have been looking forward to?
Getting back on the road.
You think we getting back on the road?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know when, but
Sometime in 21?
I believe. I love to believe that the fourth quarter, at least August, September, we throwing a nice size conference. I don't think we're gonna be able to do $5,000, but a decent little number. I'm hoping so, man. That's my hope.
Hey, Maul, I got to go to make real estate real. I got to get my first flipping, man. I've been doing these buying holes. I got to get a flipping there.
Come on. Okay, Carl doing a flip this year. I love
see,
it.
you already know what my thing I'm looking forward to. Vacation, bro. I need to. Oh, bro. I need
Say
to.
it.
Oh, come on, man. We was doing so much traveling in 2019. I'm talking about so much travel. I mean, we had the whole world. I was about to say Kanye, the name of the song, Negroes in Paris. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we was
Okay. It's okay. They know.
Oh, bro.
so
Matter of fact, man, I'm going to have to play. Hey, Carl, remind me to send you the clip when me and C up in just
Oh, no, don't
Paris.
send that clip. Don't send that clip. Don't send
With our
that clip.
brides,
Hey,
bro.
we got some.
in the back
We
of the
got some
Uber.
heat on C.
With our
Do we have some
brides.
heat on C?
With our bride.
With our brides, man. I just want
Yeah,
to just
with our
travel,
bride.
man. Just go on the beach somewhere and I think my wife, Camille, she on it too, where she just like, man,
that's
you
tough.
know, we just need to travel again. Just give me one place, bro, somewhere. You know, the Maldives.
I feel you.
You know,
you.
over water bungalow in the Maldives, and I'll be all right. Stay there for 2
He
weeks.
talking about, he and Carl talking about, I feel you in Cali. Y'all already at the vacation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't count. Y'all already there.
They didn't build my pool on purpose more. I'm gonna leave that alone though before I start smashing the companies.
Oh, what's going on with that? How you, man? I'm talking about they still ain't started the pool.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next podcast. I'm gonna give them this week, and then we're gonna start putting people out on the street so that people don't support people no more. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave it alone for now though. I'll tell you that next week.
Well, he texted the group text. I think this morning. It was this morning or last. I think it was this morning.
That was this morning.
Yeah, early, and said he said I got the topic. And so if the podcast whacked this week, that's why, because usually I got it. But you know what I'm saying? He got it now. So, you know, I just want to, you know, defer. You know,
I'm saying?
I usually don't pass the rock. I try to go off like Curry get 62 every podcast.
Oh man,
Oh,
62.
But he has.
But Wiggins got to get something. You got to let Wiggins get in sooner or later.
Hey, I love it. He said, like, see, you got something for the podcast? Because if not, and then listed 10 paragraphs worth of stuff. So I'm going to step out the way and let E introduce the podcast. 2021, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be more of a team player.
Let's
It's
go.
one of my resolutions.
Good job.
So here you have
Good
it.
job.
Dr. Douglas,
Yeah.
take it away.
No, for real. And I just want people to get in the right mindset real quick because a lot of times you hear cliches, and while they might be powerful, because you're used to hearing it, you know what I'm saying? You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I heard that before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that
Yeah.
everybody say that. So I ain't really,
Yep.
I need y'all to really feel what I'm about to say today. Really listen to all four of us on this podcast today. Look, trust the process. Flat out. Like literally. I mean that with all my heart. Trust the process. Like you like, oh man, I heard somebody basketball say that, I heard football. No, I'm telling you, I mean this with all my heart. A lot of you are not where you want to be because you do not trust the process. Like, feel what I'm telling you. Don't stray away from the process. You feel me? Like, don't get weary because of like, it's taking too long. I don't see what I think I need. No. Trust the process, right? And I'm going to say this again before we get started. Trust the process. And what happens, I think, a lot of times is when you hear that, you so deep into the saying that you're not really even paying attention to what it's saying. It's saying trust the process. So what's the process? I don't know for you what it is. But whatever it is, like you got to make that determination before you could trust it, right? I want y'all to hear me, right? So what is the process? So for a lot of you, number one, you keep saying trust the process. You don't even know what your process is. Like you don't have the slightest idea. You've been borrowing processes. You've been watching other people with the process. But I want you to get to a point, number one, where you can really ask yourself, like, what is my process? So let me break it down for you. So when I was like younger and watching Muhammad Ali, I don't know a lot, and y'all got to help me out. But I know one boxing boy. That's the southpaw. That's a process. I know for cats, who do the wrestling, all that. You got the man. What is it? My boy L used to be on it, and you take people to the ground, Maul. I knew it this morning, but it's a
Grappling.
it might be jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a process, right? You got taekwondo, you got karate. Listen to me. Bruce Lee didn't have 3. He wasn't on 6. You feel me? There's like a process that he used. And so I'm telling you, you got to figure out, are you southpaw? Are you jiu-jitsu? Are you karate? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you do the Atkins diet? Do you fit Pilates? Like, yo, you gotta like, and whatever you do, it's not the thing that you do, but it's the process. And so the thing that's gonna really take you to that next level is that actual process. So I'm gonna ask the fellas what their process is, but I'm gonna tell you a story. And Carl knows this young man, right? So I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all he a good kid, he probably one of the best kids I know. Good kid. I'm talking about good kid in school, good kid at church, good kid at the crib. Like, this is a good kid, right? But his mom called me not too long ago, and she was like, yo, but he been lying. And I'm like, lying? Like, come on, what you mean by that? Well, he dating now, and he in this relationship, and it's a process, Maul. She got a process. And so little man ain't feeling the process. So she found another phone, Maul. She got another phone. He didn't have another phone, right? And so he got another phone, Maul, because, like, honestly, he in a relationship, right? He in a relationship with this young lady. And his mom is like, I want you to do this, and this. And I keep trying to tell her, Maul, I'm talking about she going through it. She questioning her parenting. She's struggling. She like, yo, I can't believe he lied to me. I can't believe he being manipulative. I can't believe. And I told her, I'm like, yo, chill. He's a great kid. You know he's a great kid. I know everybody know he's a great kid. But the problem is he don't trust your process. Like you got a process. He I don't want to say tell on him, but he in high school. Let me just say that, Ma. He's a high school
Young
kid.
man give.
Yeah.
Young man.
Yeah. So what's happening, Ma? He trusts her process when it came to this, and I'm not gonna call it out because people know what I'm talking about, but he trusts the process in this. And when I tell you, Carl will tell you that in this thing that he trusts his mom's process in, he probably one of the best I've seen. Definitely the best. Definitely more the best at his age I've ever seen. And I know some grown men that does what he doing, and they ain't doing it on his level. So he trusts her in that, Ma, but he not trusting her in the relationship, boy. So she's saying he lying. I'm like, he ain't lying. She said, I told you he lied to me. I said, no, it's not about lying. He's a good kid. He not trying to lie to you. He being manipulative. He got a phone, and he don't think I know he got the phone, but I saw the phone. He got the boom, 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 boom. Ma, she going through it, Ma. I'm like, yo, he ain't lying. He ain't got a separate phone. She's like, I can show you the phone. I'm like, no, you don't get it. He don't trust your process. He trusts your process in this. He trusts your process in this. He trusts your process in this. But as it relates to this young lady he dating, he don't trust your process. You feel me? And so because he don't trust your process, he's not going to commit to the process in a way you think he should commit to the process. But what I told her, Ma, was as a parent, based on what I've seen you do with all your kids, trust the process. Trust the process. Like, I know you think, all right, he doing everything I told him to do over here, and he doing everything I told him to do over here. And not only is he doing it right, he like an A student over in this area. He like an A+ kid. He killing it, Ma. Like I said, Carl know who I'm talking about. I don't know if there's a kid that I respect more than this kid. I don't know if there's a kid as talented as this kid. But what she doesn't understand is that he don't trust her in this. And I'm telling y'all, what's wrong with a lot of y'all is, one, you don't have a process, period. Like, you don't have that thing that you can fall back on, right? And I told y'all, when it comes to these three dudes that I'm rocking with and a couple other dudes, I don't pick them because they talented or they making money. For me, one of my processes is family values. That's a process for me. That's a process for me. That's a process that I pick because I know if I pick people who have family values and who won't go with money first, I can predict the outcomes. I'm telling you that if you got the right process, you can predict the outcomes. Like, you may not be able to predict the time. You may not be able to predict necessarily, everything that's going to happen throughout the process. But if you got the right process, Tom Brady, you got the right, they back, see? Tom Brady, see, he back. He back in the playoffs again. He back with another 10 winning season. He back. Everybody was like, if he lead the Patriots, he whack. Apparently he got a process. And his process is so fire that Gronkowski was willing to come out of retirement for it. Antonio Brown came back to the league and was willing to play for him. Them boys went 11-5 with a brand new team and a brand new system. Tom Brady has a process. And I'm telling you, a lot of you are not successful because you don't have a process. And then there's a second group. You have the right process, but because you don't trust it, anytime things don't look the way you think they should look, you start getting nervous. And I'm gonna say this and shut up. What I've learned is when things don't look the way I think they should look, I need to go harder on the process, not abandon the process, not give up on the process. I've learned when things don't look the way I think they should look, okay, E, come on, E, go back over the process, look over the process, and I can tell y'all with my heart, y'all, that you should be able to trust the process. And if you trust the process, I'm telling you, everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be all right. If you work the process the way the process should be worked, if you give the process the time it's supposed to give, if you lean on the process the way you're supposed to lean on the process, honor thy mother and father. When I didn't do that, I was homeless and a high school dropout. When I started honoring my parents, all kind of blessings started coming out of nowhere. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? When I wasn't paying my tithe, I would make good money. I don't know where it was. But when I started paying my tithes, I followed the process. Windows of blessings start coming out of nowhere. When I start getting up early in the morning and I start
taking my craft serious, opportunities came out of nowhere. But when I was homeless and a high school dropout, I didn't have a process. I was rebellious. I was reckless. I did what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, and I dealt with the consequences. But when I became a slave to the process, when I allowed the process to become a God for me, and I didn't veer from the left or to the right, but I stayed strictly focused on that process, whoo. So I just wanted to share today, and guys, maybe y'all can, be honest and talk about maybe a process that you had and maybe you abandoned it and what you saw, or maybe there was a process that somebody gave you and you didn't follow it and what happened. But I want to talk about how we don't have to worry or fret. If we have a process and we stick with that process, man, everything is going to be all right.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, when I look at people, man, a lot of times it's not the process that people don't trust, right? It's themselves. It's that people work off of memory. If you just look around us right now, there's processes all around us. So it's not the process that's really bad, or it's that we choose not to pick the process because we're not disciplined enough to commit to the process. So I think it's a lot more dealing with the commitment portion of it. The commitment is hard, but its process is all around us. You can pick up a book and learn how somebody did something. You can look on TV, social media, you could podcast, whatever it is. You constantly are being fed all of these different processes and you're seeing it. But it's not really, and somebody that's listening to me right now, you know it's you. You know that it's really you. You don't trust yourself right now. So what I would say to that person is start small. You know what I'm saying? Don't jump out there and just say, okay, man, I'm looking at this process ET doing. I'm going to follow it, because first you got to learn how to have commitment for yourself. You got to learn how to be dedicated and be committed to something small. That's a process. Follow that commitment level. That small commitment level. And then once you follow that one, elevate to the next level. Then elevate to the next level. Because I'm telling you, like I said before, it's not really the process that's stopping you, it's you. You have not learned how to be committed to something and follow through with it. And so,
I like it.
Yeah, so, for myself, bro, and then it's all about what process you choose to choose. You know what I'm saying? It's so many.
Question.
Yeah, it's so many.
No question, bro.
And that's the thing. You don't have time, man. Like, that's one thing that I'm talking about now in 2021, really. Which I talked about in 2020 and 2019, but I'm really going to talk about it now, is about that time bit. That time piece, man. This time, bro, I used to always hear my older people in my family, the grandparents and people, they used to always talk about how fast time go by, right? And and you always hear older people talking about it. And so you sit back and you look at them and you be like, man, they just saying that because they old. They old. They ain't got many years left on this earth. But, bruh, this is true.
It's a process, bro.
It's a process, bruh. They were young just like us. And you just see how over time, man, how people just waste that time, because it's not that they really wasting time. They wasting the process of what they're doing with their life. They're following other people who wasted time. So now, therefore, you wasting time. And so you got to, in 2021, you got to link up with the right process. But like I said, before you do that, that's level 2. Number 1 is just you got to get right within. You got to say that, okay, cool, I am going to start small. I'm going to commit to something and I'm going to follow through with it. That's why I got the trainer right now, right? And you look at me and you're like, man, Jay, you work out all the time. Why you need a trainer? Because in the beginning, that was a process for me. The reason why I learned how to work out was because of a trainer that I had early on in my life. But I'm realizing you can't work out the same way. I learned how to work out in my 20s, right? How to really work out in my 20s. But now good, I'm 43.
Yeah,
you can't work out at 43 the same way you worked out at 20.
It's a different process.
So that's why now I got a trainer now that's trained, that knows how to train people that's 40 and over. It's a different kind of way you got to work out. But so I understand and respect that process that goes along with that.
You got that joint cream. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got to know how to work
that joint cream.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just be down there going crazy.
You just can't go crazy, bro. I mean, like I used to be hitting 225 100 times. Wow. I used to do, I'm talking about like 5 sets of 25, 225. I can't do that at 43.
Yeah.
The joints hit different. It's not even going to do the same thing. So now the process
that process though, Maul, is going to that's why I'm trying to tell people, Maul, like the right process is half the battle, bruh.
That's it.
You get the right process. And what I'm trying to tell people is, like, you nervous, you scared, Maul, when you got the right process, it's like ragu, bruh. It's in there. You don't have to be nervous. You know what, Maul? I just kept telling the mother. I kept telling her, Maul, like, relax, calm down. You stressed out, and she was like, "But I see this." I was like, "You don't have to worry about what you see. You don't have to get caught up in what you see. The process is the process. The same way you did a process, and he became a stupid, kind kid. The same way he became a good person, the same way his grades are high, the same way in some of the extracurricular activities, he's amongst the best. The reason why adults are asking him to speak, it's that process. And you're nervous because you think you see a glitch. There is no glitch in the process, Maul. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I try to tell her, relax. Relax. Why are you stressed out? Why are you worried? It's the same process that you put him in that got you these outcomes. Now,
but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that because because here's the thing. While y'all talking, I'm sitting here taking notes. E. So we talk about. I'm just thinking about my own life, right? You got faith, you got marriage, you got diet, exercise, parenting, relationships, business, right? Like, so I have processes for all of these things, correct? Mm-hmm. So my process in my marriage could be fire. My process in my parenting could be fire, but my process in my dieting and my exercise could be broken.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so just because my faith in marriage one was working, her process for him as whatever his career path may be, and her process for him relationship-wise, just because one work doesn't necessarily mean the other one is going to work as well. And so I would say that if you're not getting the desired outcomes, now that doesn't mean that eventually, listen, you could stick with the process and maybe it will, come to pass, but there may be a flaw in your strategy from there. Again.
Oh, then you need to change that then. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying I'm saying that to come back to you and say, how do we know whether, again, I feel like we kind of hit on it last week a little bit, but how do you know whether to trust that process and just keep working it out? Or abandon ship and say, okay, I need to make a tweak in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you could have all of these processes. And what I do for Trey as a father and the love and affection and all of those things doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to have the greatest process for him as he goes out in the world and starts to date. You know what I'm saying? Like those two don't necessarily have to equate. Now, we can all agree that it starts with love. And that I'm giving you this information derived on, you know what I'm saying, my love for you. But does it mean that just because she did do well in one area with the parenting, that this process is also 100 too? I don't really know. I'm asking.
Are we speaking prematurely though? You know, if you think about it, our processes take time. Not all processes got the same time frame, though. It's not going to say all processes going to give you a certain result in the next 2 years.
Right, but how do you know if you're on the right if you're tracking towards the right process or not? Because again, time is everything, right? And so you have somebody on the wrong track for 3 years. It's like kind of like you go to college, right? And you mess around and pick a major that you really don't care about. Yeah. And then you get ready to graduate and you like, yo, why did I get a degree in, you know what I'm saying, art, science?
Yeah, no question.
You like,
that was me.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, but it's like your process was broken. Yeah. And so you just wasted 3 years with a broken process, whereas you would have stopped and maybe said, hey, hold on, this ain't trekking right after your first semester. This ain't really what I want to do. You could have got that process back on track.
Yeah. So here's what I think, though, is critical. I think when you have a process, whether that process is fire or whether that process isn't fire, and I'm not going to say daily because, that might be over the top, but I would say that you need to be, you like what Maul is saying about being 40 versus being 20. Like, you really need to not put your process on cruise control. Like, you really don't need to put your process on cruise control. You really need to be evaluating your process. You need to be, getting the oil changed, the tires rotated, the fluids. Like, when it comes to a process, which is why I think it's so critical for those of us, who maybe read regularly, listen to audio books, those of us who, get up and pray. It's just like Maul working out. I ain't never heard Maul say, he worked out last week for this week. Like Maul working out regularly. And I think what happens with a process, Maul, I think we get caught up because it is a process that we just think is just going to automatically work on its own. And I think a process is something that we need to be checking every day. Me and Didi was just talking about, raising our children. Everybody's home. And so to your point, C, we really sat down and looked at what were some of our parenting strategies that worked, what didn't work. Didi was like, yo, I'm confessing. When I went and got that 2-year degree, she was like, yo, I shut the church down, shut everybody down. And my kids was a part of that shutdown. And she was like, yo, I never evaluated it though, just because I was trying to go get this degree. And I said, Didi, well, you don't have to feel bad about getting a degree. At the end of the day, our kids are only as good as your growth. So you didn't do anything wrong. But I think to her point, it was like, no, I wasn't doing anything wrong for going to school. But I kind of was like, yo, 2 years and Didi never checked in, you know what I'm saying? Or thought about what she was doing. It was like, yo, I'm doing this for 2 years. She never stopped and thought, I know I'm doing it for 2 years, but maybe this weekend I need to take off. So to your point, see, I think you're right. But I think we cannot put our process on cruise control. And that's what too many of us do. We just put it on cruise control and we've got to check it and monitor it daily. You feel me? And the one thing I do like about that mother is that mother was smart enough to say, yo, I'm doing my job as a mother, but I want to know, Pastor, can you get involved? I want to know what you can do to help me out, right? So they weren't on that tip of, I know I'm doing what's right. I know what worked in the past gonna keep working. No, she was like, yo, I'm starting to see some things, and I'm not just saying that this person is off. I'm calling you and asking you, am I doing something wrong, Carl?
Right.
And that's when I was like, no, you're not doing nothing wrong. But to C's point, the other things that you were doing, you never had another person that was interrupting or interfering with your process. You feel me? That's what I had to tell her. See, when it came to the extracurricular activity, it was just them. When it came to school, it was just you and them. But now that this young man is dating in high school and, he's in a relationship, now he has somebody that's influencing him. So he has somebody that's telling him about your process and telling him how they feel about your process. So that's totally different, right? But I told her at the end of the day, all that you've done for him, all that you meant to him, just trust the process. Like, I know it may seem to you like it's going this way, but I promise you it's not. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep being the loving parent you're doing. And what I like is they checked themselves. They was like, what am I doing wrong? Am I messed up? I was like, no, you're not. Just keep doing what you're doing. And to C's point, it could take a year. It could take 2 years. It could take 3 years. Like, who knows? But if you keep working, I'm looking at, man, y'all know. Like, a lot of people watching it and going, oh, I can't believe they made it to the playoffs, the Browns. Y'all know I was there, bruh. I was there. I worked for the Browns for 2 years. Like, I was a part of watching the Browns do what they did. And I can honestly say, what I saw the other day with them making it to the playoffs, bro, I saw that whole process. It's still some kids playing for the team. There's still, the owner's still the owner. There's some people I looked at in the stands. There's some people that's still on staff. Bruh, they haven't been to the playoffs since 2002. But guess what, Maul? When I was there, the Browns had a process, bruh. They literally had a process. And I know it looked like they losing, but they had a process. And when I sat there yesterday, bruh, I ain't gonna lie. I sat there with a little pride, like, wow, them boys went 11-5. 11-5. They ain't been to the playoffs since 2002. But I was like, they had a process. They stuck with that process. They made a couple tweaks, but they stuck with that process, bruh. Made some adjustments here and there, and they made it to the playoffs. So to your point, see, you're absolutely right.
The Lions went 5-11, so they got a process.
They got a process too. They got a process.
Yeah.
Watch this though, y'all. Yeah. All I'm hearing, Ian, as I'm thinking, all I'm hearing, the process that I grew up with is the scientific method. Like, if y'all really study the scientific method, like, it literally starts with a question. Like, the question is, can I look like Maul at the end of 2021? Like, I'm going to ask myself that question, right? And the next step, so you ask a question, the next step is a hypothesis. Like, yo, I honestly think that if I work out effectively, if I get a trainer, if I eat right, I can have the exact same physique or better than Maul at the end of this year. Boom. That's my hypothesis. The next step, I'm going to test it. All right, so this first month, I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day. And I'm trying to make it just real simple and practical.
Carl.
Like, I ain't trying to be funny. Like, real simple. So I'm going to do 100 push-ups for this month, and then I'm going to see, watch this, the next step is what y'all just said. I'm going to see at the end of the first month if this is working. Like, there's some measurement that I'm going to use, like, okay, my bicep got, my waist got, my something got, so I'm going through. The next part of it says, is it working? Yes. Now we could go draw some conclusions. Bet if I keep doing this process, it's going to keep increasing. No, I got to go back to my hypothesis. If I do it for 30 days or whatever time frame and it's not working, I got to go back and revisit this. So that process, dude, is a scientific method. But I think if we were to put that in different areas of our lives, we got a real tangible metric, step 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's not working, and watch this, not working does not mean abandoncy. Not working means, what do I need to shift? Maybe I'm not drinking enough water. Okay, so let me try drinking water and doing the push-ups the next 30 days. Okay, cool. I did see some change. Okay, let me try drinking water and, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And getting the raw egg every other day. You know what I'm saying? Let me try. Now, if I get to 6 months in and it's working, now I got some tangible evidence. When I did this, when I did that, this works. When I did this, it didn't work. You see what I'm saying? So we talked about this last week. We got real tangible metrics as to if this thing is working or not. So if you were to ask me a system, I'd say, like, I've used that system throughout my life, like just looking at things as we go and making the tweaks. Y'all know, everybody in this podcast know me. I played it safe. Like, that was my process. I played it safe. Up until 2020, I played it safe. And 2020 on, like, it's like, no, that process got me here and it was good, but that's not going to get me where I'm going. Yeah. So to Maul's point, now I got to make some adjustments to my process now. Yes, it worked to a point, but it's not. Let me add the egg. Let me add the water. So now I got to do something a little different and step out of it. But if I keep doing the same thing, Maul, insanity, we're going to get the same result. So that process, I'm telling y'all, study that scientific method, not as no science stuff, but these are steps that I've used for real to transition in my life.
I love it.
A special shout out to HelloFresh, our sponsor for this show. Listen, guys, y'all know y'all been listening. Your boy just got back from Cali. We spent a few weeks in California with the family. And let me just say it like this. HelloFresh is a lifesaver. So we did a red-eye flight, the middle of the night, y'all. 6+ hours of traveling. We get back an hour and a half, still got to drive home. And just let's be real, coming home and going to the grocery store is the last thing on your mind, right? So we scheduled our HelloFresh to meet us at the door. You heard me right? So with HelloFresh, you can easily schedule and change your delivery days or your food preferences. Skip a week, a couple weeks, whenever you need, guys. It's that flexible. HelloFresh offers convenient, no-contact delivery to your doorstep for easy home cooking with the family. The recipes are easy to follow with simple steps and pictures to guide you along the way, right? So you're thinking about cutting back on carbs. You're thinking about going vegetarian. Hey, all good. Eating healthier has never been easier with the low calorie, the carb smart, the vegetarian, and the pescatarian options every week. And no matter what you choose, every single recipe is packed with fresh produce sourced directly from farmers. There's no third party. They're getting the ingredients directly from farmers, so it stays fresh, all right? HelloFresh offers over 23 weekly recipes for you to choose, all right? And there's a wide range of cuisines, different ingredients, so there's always something new to try. Save time and money this year with HelloFresh. It's not only 46% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store, but you also get to skip the errands and order from the comfort of, you can just do it in your PJs, y'all. You just sit and wear your PJs and order. All right. So make sure you go to HelloFresh.com/10success. That's the number 10. All right. 10. So HelloFresh.com/10success and use the same promo code 10success for you are going to listen to what I'm saying. 10 free meals. You heard what I'm saying. 10 free meals, all right? And it includes free shipping. I don't know what else we could give to you. It's 10 free meals. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/10success, the number 10, 10, and use the same promo code 10success for 10 free meals, including shipping.
Do you think people have unrealistic expectations about the process and that's why they tend to abandon it quickly?
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's to Carl's point. They don't have a system to Like you emotional, you are emotional. You have an emotional process, right? So, and again, I don't mean no disrespect to the Detroit Lions, but let's just be real. See, I don't know how long Stafford's been there, but I think you've probably seen, and don't mean he's a bad quarterback. He might need to be in a better system. But I think you've seen the same like patterns, in terms of, okay, fourth quarter, throwing a couple interceptions, get whatever you've seen. You might have seen that for 7 years. I don't know if you've been our quarterback for 7 years. But the one thing I learned from Josh is kind of like, yo, E, do me a huge favor. I noticed that you have an emotional, like there's a large emotional piece in your process. So you are attached to stuff. Even if it ain't working, you still attached to it for some reason. And what I need you to do is see like, yo, if you're starting to see something repetitive, you're starting to see something over and over again, E, like don't excuse it or don't make an excuse for it. Does that make sense? Like don't rationalize why it's happening. So for me, see, I'm just being real. Is Stafford a good quarterback? Statistically, bro, he's a beast. But in terms of what's happening on Sunday, don't act like, see, you ain't going, that's deja vu. You feel me? Like I saw that last year. Okay, I saw that the year before. Oh, I saw that the year before. The one thing I can say about the Browns, you see I'm not saying it work or it don't work, but I'm saying you've seen a whole lot of changes, right? The one thing I saw more that I don't even know if people paid attention to, when I watched, what's their quarterback name? Baker Mayfield. When I watched Baker Mayfield the last 2 games, I don't know who been talking to my man, but he scored more. You notice he's pulling back on you ain't see all the bragging stuff. Like you notice he wasn't, you feel me? Like you notice he scored a touchdown and you could see the joy and the excitement, but it wasn't the dancing and the whatever. Somebody pulled a little man to the side and was like, yo, you a good quarterback, but you incite people when you brag, right? What's the kid name with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Juju something. Juju on the logo.
Juju on that beat.
Oh, I'm talking about acting a fool, but guess what happened, Ma? Cat started seeing, oh, okay, you on here disrespecting us. So somebody had to pull Juju to the side and say, we're not telling you don't be excited, but what we're telling you is now you're giving them unnecessary energy, unnecessary juice. And I think it was like maybe last game they played, not this week, but the week before, I'm talking about they nailed them all on purpose. They went for that boy head. And so I've noticed with Baker, somebody's in his ear. And so when Josh was like, yo, E, do me a huge favor. You don't have to keep the same staff just because you hired them. Like you ain't got to go with them. You know you can fire people. You know that's a part of it. You can hire and you can fire. So I started saying to people, yo, here's some of the things I'm seeing you do repetitively. I can't keep you on the squad if you're going to keep doing that because no matter how much I change, nothing's going to change because you're not changing. So I'm not going to fire you right now, but I am going to make you aware of we can't keep going in this direction. So you got a year to get your stuff together. I'm going to have to let you go. And that was a game changer for my process because Josh helped me to see, E, you don't have to, like, you don't owe nobody nothing. Just because you hired somebody and you feel like if you fire them, they ain't going to have no job. He like, that's not on you. Like you're not the hiring man. You're not a bank. Like it's not your responsibility to take care of nobody. That's not your responsibility. And so I had to make that adjustment more and go, yo, if I start seeing negative behavior and I see it twice, well, the third time I can't dismiss it and go, I ain't see that, or that ain't bad behavior, or they doing this because of that. E, you gotta say, yo, this is a habit, and if you don't stop it right now, you're going to have to go because that is not a part of the process that's going to get us the outcome. So, I absolutely.
Y'all familiar with the team who said trust the process?
Yep.
Who was it, Carl?
Yeah, I know him.
Blank. I don't
You talking
know
about
right
basketball,
now.
right?
NBA.
Yep.
Rebuild.
Yep, I know him. Yep.
Yeah, so I thought Carl might have known, but he knows
Chicago
the Sixers.
Bulls.
Yeah, 76ers.
No, the
yeah.
76ers.
Yeah.
So if you look this up, they
had
had a trust the process, right?
Yeah.
And here I want to hopefully help somebody because I thought it was deep. And I'm trying to tie all this together. I haven't even thought about it. It just happened last night, really. But the Sixers had what they call trust the process, right? And basically what that meant, Carl, was that they were going to pretty much lose on purpose, right? They're going to lose so they can get the draft picks, right? Like, they get rid of everybody good. We're just going to lose, and we're going to get all these first picks. And then once we got a whole team full of first picks, then we're going to win the championship, right? And this ain't no shade to the Sixers fans. Shout out to my man Q, Lamont, all y'all, love y'all. But what happened was you started to miss on those picks, right? Like, they didn't pan out. So long story short, y'all know that the Sixers still ain't won the championship, right? So you did all that losing. So I was watching football yesterday. I don't know if y'all watched it, but Philadelphia and Washington were playing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Washington.
Yeah.
And Marcus, rest in peace. That's his squad. I was glad to see them get in just for my boy Marcus.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened was Philly was like right there in the game, and the coach took out Hurts. Now, I ain't saying he was balling, but he been playing pretty good the last few weeks. And they took him out, and they put somebody else in who, no disrespect, he clearly wasn't the answer.
Right.
And they had a chance to win. Now, Philly was essentially playing for nothing, right? They didn't have a playoff shot. They could have maybe ruined Washington's day or, whatever. But in a sense, they didn't have a whole lot to play for, right? And so they took Hurts out, apparently to audition Sudfeld or whoever the backup is. I'm not talking about football. I'm trying to go somewhere real quick.
Right.
So after the game, my man Kelsey, who's the captain of the team, was pissed. And he said, I don't care what you talking about. He said, it's hard to win in this league. And shout out to Herm Edwards. He said, you play to win the game. He said, I don't care nothing about you auditioning somebody. I don't care anything about a draft pick. He said, first of all, it's football. One draft pick ain't going to make the doggone team, no way. And so I got to thinking about it, and he was pissed because he said, what happens when you start thinking like that, it starts infecting the culture. So when we go out there and purposely try to lose, or when there's a sentiment in the locker room or around the organization that it's okay to lose, you become a loser. And so you don't win by losing. And I thought that was deep because I'm looking like, yo, think about that. The Lions, we always got a top pick.
Yeah.
And every year, me and Train, by the time we get to week 9, 10, we always like, they need to start losing every game so we can get the draft pick. I even had to use that theory with Maul because I was pissed that the Bears made the playoffs. So I tried to hit Maul like, at least we're going to get a higher draft pick.
Right.
But no, the reality of the situation is you're okay with losing. And so as you're beginning your process, whatever your process is, understand that it needs to start with a winning mentality. And I think that a lot of people, you have a process, but you're not intentional about the winning side of that process. I just wrote that down. We're a product of our decisions, right? Everybody here, everybody listening to this podcast, go in the mirror, look at your body. That's a product of your decisions. Go look at your bank account right now. That's a product of your decisions. Look at your marriage. Go look at your wife in her eye. That is a product of your decisions.
You preaching.
Now, your decisions are dictated off your process.
Facts.
Whatever our process is, then dictates our decisions, and our decisions dictate our outcomes. So if you don't like where you're at, the chances are you haven't started your process with a winning mentality. You on some, I'm about to lose 5 in a row, and then hopefully I'll come back. You need to be doing every single thing you can do. When you wake up every morning, you need to do every single thing you can do to win the day. And you text us and ask us about our process. I try to win every single day. Like, I literally try to win every single day. I try to win every single day with my wife. I try to win every single day with my kids. I try to do something. Every single day with my health, I try. And I'm starting with a winning mentality. And so as your process gets going, ask yourself, does this process allow me to win daily? I told somebody the other day, where we're at now is not crazy to me. Listen to this, y'all. I'm going to just be real. This is how crazy success has gotten for us. I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you in on a family story. You know, I was out shopping for Trey's birthday, I think, wasn't I, E? The night before, me and Candace sitting on the couch watching. We weren't even watching nothing. You know, you just got the TV on. We chilling. I'm like playing with the kids, and we all kind of just sitting around the fire. A commercial comes on, and Candace's like, oh, that's E. And I was like, oh, I looked up at the commercial, and I was like, yo, dang. Now, mind you, I ain't even know the commercial was coming on. I haven't even heard the voiceover, Carl. Think about this. I never even heard this voiceover. I didn't even know we even had the contract. So I recorded like whatever the commercial was, and I sent it to E and was like, yo, this is dope. It was a great commercial, by the way. So I just was texting with E, and he said something, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, the next day, E called me while I was out shopping for Trey's birthday. I was like, yo, the commercial was fire. Why you ain't tell me about that? And he was like, I did. And I was like, what? He was like, I told you and Didi on the text. And I was like, oh, man, that's dope. There was a time when that would have been
the highlight.
Oh, highlight of my life.
Yeah.
But
bro, they showed those before the game. See, those was like before each bowl game.
But what I'm trying to show y'all is we've been in this process so long that even that seems regular now. And so what happens when you trust the process, like you said, E, and you stay in the process over a long period of time, now you start to look at your life, and your life is everything that you wanted it to be and more, and getting better every day. And it doesn't seem like this huge monumental feat. I didn't even know it was, and the commercial was long too. It was like a minute and a half. I'm talking about, it was like the whole ESPN break from the football game. But because I've trusted the process, and because we've trusted the process over all of these years, things like that can happen now, and you go to the next level, and it doesn't have to be this huge jump. And I think, and I'll get off my soapbox, but I think as people look at success and they look at, yo, I want 6 figures in my bank account, I want 7 figures in my bank account, it looks so huge. It looks like such a large feat. Oh man, I want my marriage to be happy. It seems like such it seems all right. It seems so big because you don't have a process for getting there, nor do you have the endurance and the patience to actually see the process through. This is just seeing the process through. This is I promise you, I wrote it down.
I'm just saying, but get one.
I'm not even sweet enough not to have a process.
Yeah.
Like some of you, you just out there for real. You ain't got no plays. You ain't got no coach. You ain't got no team. You ain't got nothing. You wake up every day and it's a freestyle. Maybe I'll be successful. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll work out. Maybe I won't.
They made that into their process.
Right.
That's their process. So
that process is the process.
Yeah, that is, bro. And that's why I be like, man, look, I tell people all the time, because like I think somebody said it here beforehand, bro, people walk away too quick from the process. Right?
That's what I'm trying to get into.
They do it prematurely, bruh. It takes a baby 9 months to fully become.
It's a process.
It's a whole process. And at any moment, just because you can't touch that baby, you can't hold that baby, don't mean that baby is not really taking place. So all processes take time. Somebody need to write that down. All processes take time. All processes have results.
Yeah.
They all of them. All processes have results. And this is the one that I really want you to write down. All processes will either lead to your destiny
or
your destruction.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, every last one of them.
So somebody,
come on, Carl.
Oh yeah, no, y'all preaching now.
Y'all going here now. So I'm gonna take y'all back. See, so from last week, I'm a church boy, all right? So I'm going to give y'all one practical one.
Except that one time when you was shacking.
You know what? You tell C it's over.
Hey, Carl, tell him that was part of your process. That was your
That was
your
process.
process.
And look at the results today, Carl.
Hey, no complaints. Well, hey, no, seriously though. So I told y'all last week we told part of the story about, me leaving the house and all that. I want to go back probably about 2 years before that, see. At that time, and I'm super transparent because I want y'all to understand this. At that time, I had this thing in my head. You talked about tithing earlier. I had this thing in my mind that's like, yo, God, I want to depend on you, not on money. So I'm committing to tithing 25% of my income, grow small, 25%. And everybody look at me crazy, cool, whatever. I'm like, yo, I'm going to stick to that, God, because I want to make a full commitment to you. So I did that. I was out walking one morning, and I promise y'all, I ain't the one to tell you I heard the voice of God. I'm being on that. I just felt this thing like, yo, whatever you tithing, I need you to save. That's the impression I got. Whatever you're tithing, I need you to save. Talk about process small. That's 50% of my income, gross. Mind you, Tamisha is in her PhD. No, she was in her master's program. Both Tamisha and I in school. And this is back in the vacuum days when he gave me the vacuum, y'all. I'm talking, we ain't got no income. We live in an apartment. And now I'm getting this impulse to, and I want y'all to understand what I'm saying about the process. It ain't sweet. Like, don't feel like the process is you walk in there, Maul, get a trainer, and my man do Maul, fight
dirty.
Oh,
push-ups. till
he's
good.
going
That
to
was
kick
beautiful.
my butt.
It's
He's
dirty.
going to kill you.
He's going to kick my butt.
Kill you.
Yeah.
So I'm telling y'all, 50% of my income, watch this, 25% tithe, 25% into a savings account. Fast forward to what I told y'all last week. If you missed last week's episode, go back. We are out of the house that we're in. I got to find a place for my family to stay. Maul, I'll jump to the end of the story. I have within $100 of the amount that I need to make my down payment for the house.
Wow.
Listen to what I'm telling you. This is years before. I'm just following the process. Me and Tamisha eating rice, peanut butter, and bread. We ain't eating out nowhere, bro. We talking about lockdown because I'm just following this process. I'm telling you, I'm looking at the house like, ain't no way we could afford it. I know I've been saving, but there's no way I can afford this house. Maul, 2 days, we closed on the house the Friday. The Monday, I called and closed the bank account because there was like $70 left in the bank account. There was nothing else in the bank account. I followed the process from beginning to end. And dude, that's the house that we live in now because I followed just that little process. It was painful as all get out. I'm not going to pretend with y'all. It was tough. But because of that process, the very house that watch this model that I'm looking at that I don't even think that I could have, I was already prepared for the down payment for it because I followed the simple process of that. So I'm just telling people, it's not going to be sweet. It ain't going to be glorious. But tomorrow, just what Maul and C said, your decisions. It takes you either which way, where you want to go.
Don't be following. Listen to me. There's 4 of us on this thing. There are parts of the process that we share. There are parts of the process that we have to do different. Do not get caught
Maul
up
can't
on
give
other people.
25% tithe, y'all.
No. Oh, no. Yeah. He'd be so church, be so rich. Hey, Maul. In the last, and I know Carl can, he could probably relate to it, but Carl definitely, because he's in social media. Bro, when I tell y'all, man, I can't count the number of people that try to invite me to Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody and their mama, like, yo, this the YouTube, like, you do not want to get caught slipping. Like everybody and their mama. Maul, when I tell you, like, I got celebrities, I got people making money, everybody being hit me up. Nikki hit me like, we need to jump on this Clubhouse, boy. Here's what I told everybody. I got a process. For the first time in a long time, all my family is together. I got a process, bro, family.
And that means something.
Bro, my wife here, my son here, my daughter here. Like, we bought a brand new crib thinking it was just going to be me and Didi. I said, my family is here. I told my boy last night, it's going to always be some shiny new toy. Always. But it's not going to always be family. I was like, yo, I'll get on that joker when I get on it. And it's going to be there. And if it's as sweet as y'all telling me, I'm going to jump right in that joker. Nikki already been training on it. Moose training on it. They already got my name. They already got the platform. When it's time, it's time. But I don't know when my kids going to all be in the same house together again. I don't know. And so for me, it's a lot of stuff. And again, boy, I promise you, I ain't work out like like I'm supposed to. But when people say you 50, like, you 50? You don't look like you 50. Maul, I made a decision. My process, there's certain things I don't eat. certain things I don't drink, I don't smoke. And that process has worked for me. You feel me?
yeah.
Like that process don't have me looking like everybody I went to college with or everybody I went to high school with. You feel me? There's some people I went to school with, they don't look like this. You feel me? And it was because of some decisions I made. You feel me? And so I made a decision to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's not something everybody need to be doing. But I do want to say this to y'all. You have absolutely no chance of being successful without a system. You have absolutely no success. And so what I try to explain to that mother, like, I feel you. I feel what you're going through. But you have to understand that he just don't see it in this particular, he just don't see it. He's not trying to lie to you. He's not trying to be manipulative. He just don't believe in your system. And the reason why he don't believe in your system is because your system seems like you got to make some sacrifice. He wants some stuff now. You talking about making sacrifice for the future. I said, but here's what you got to understand. If you believe in your system, you prayed about it, you consulted with the pastor, the elders, go ahead and stick with that joker. Don't like she did her part, Ma. She investigated, she asked questions. I told her I feel like the program is great. Whatever you do, I said, don't switch up because of the way he acting or responding to you. Like, don't switch up. You keep doing what you're doing. And I'm telling you from personal experience, that process, when he sees that his ain't working, he gonna come back to the one that's working. And so I'm telling y'all out there, man, for real, I'm not trying to prolong it, but I'm just trying to tell y'all, half or more of your success comes from the process. Trust that process. When you feel rejected, trust the process. Some of you gonna do the process and you're gonna feel rejected. I just told Carl, you wanna talk about in all transparency? We sitting down talking to our kids, and I just told my daughter, like, yo, the reason why I felt like I had a better relationship with your brother than you, even though, I love you to life, is because I felt like, I ain't know the assessment, but I felt like, you was kind of like standoffish a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so because you were standoffish, I felt like rejected. So there was times I just didn't even try to even do certain things to you because Carl, she 22, I'm 50, and we having this discussion. But guess what I never did, Ma? I never broke the process, Ma.
Yeah.
I kept the process that I'm gonna be your father. I'm gonna be in your life. I'll take what you give me. You feel me? I'll take what you give me. But eventually I'm gonna break whatever this is. Whatever you going through, like I'm gonna get to understand it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna know how to do what I do. And to this day, Ma, now we're closer than we've ever been before. But I never walked away from the process, Ma, even though it looked like, man, what's the difference between her and Jay? Like, I did this for her. I did that. I ain't even do this, but I did it to him. But I ain't even do this. Why we ain't? But I stuck with the process, see? And I said, yo, this is my child. This is my daughter. I love my daughter. I know what type of relationship I want to have with her. I know why it's critical to have this relationship when she get married. And I just stuck with it, bro.
Well, y'all been talking about your process. Let me try to reframe the question. Where did you get your process?
Well, I'm a Christian, so a lot of my process came from the Word. There were some things that I saw in other people that I admired. So it could be like somebody real I met. Like, for instance, I say all the time, like, me and Didi talked about it. One of our processes, Ma, was working. We saw our parents work. Like, my father never did like no games and stuff like that. I'm going to your baseball game. He wasn't on that. My mom wasn't on that. She's like, I gotta go to work. Ain't nobody got time for that. So we grew up, Ma, going, yo, we gotta work. But then we might see a family, like seeing them coming together, who we also knew that they were a working family, but we noticed that they would eat together on. So we was like, oh, okay, maybe we need to add that to the process. Didi said it. We wasn't the Brady Bunch. Like, we was there for our kids. I did make some games and did some stuff, but I'm just gonna be real, Ma. We wasn't never that family on no Sunday. We eating at a certain time. We cooked and you eat. You feel me? Like, we felt good. We taking care of our kids. We go grocery shopping, we cooking. But it was never no, hey, Jada, 8 o'clock in the morning, we gonna eat. Now, we did eat together maybe when I took them to Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? They eat in the back of the car. You know what I'm saying? And we all together at the same time. But we never had that. So when I would seeing them do it, and I would come over to the crib and we'd sit at the table and we would eat, I'm like, oh, okay, bet. We here in Cali, we got a table now. Didi was like, yo, come sit down at the table and eat. I eat where you eat where you eat. But it's like, yo, let's sit at the table and eat. So for me, of course, the Bible, when I became a Christian, You know, my family.
Before you start having pre-sex.
Yeah, you feel me?
Grown man is.
You feel me? Play that song again. So, no, but that's where I pick mine up from. And just for real, man, as an adult, I've learned, see that what somebody gave you, you're not dishonoring people because you embrace some and you don't embrace others.
So,
or you
are
abandon
you
some.
saying it's a hybrid then?
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff you got from your parents, and some of the stuff you adapted for yourself, then some of the stuff you took from the Quinnies. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
and some of the stuff I was doing before I had to let go because it's not appropriate no more. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it don't apply right now. You feel me? So, definitely a hybrid, bro.
Yeah,
I think mine came. No, I was just saying mine came from seeing what people were doing and then doing the opposite. Mine came because the same way how you were sitting there saying like, you know, families. I saw how people 9 to 5 blue collar workers didn't have time to go to their children's sporting events because they were working, not because they didn't want to. They all wanted to, but they had to go to work. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go beast mode in giving myself this freedom right now while I'm working, so that when I have children, I'll be able to be there. I'll be able to be present at all of their sporting events. I'll be able. So I saw the people that I was working with for years, 10, 15 years, all in their 40s, and they all got bellies. They all are flabby. They look unhealthy. Why? Because they didn't work out. Why? Because they was eating a lot of sugar. So I said, because I see evidence in this person's body that this is what not working out and not eating right.
It's not a good process.
It's not a good process. So I looked at all the bad processes, right? I looked at all the bad processes in people. I'm not even, please, somebody out here hear this. I looked at all of the bad processes. I broke down people's processes, CJ, in their marriage. I'm looking at cats like, man, you ain't spending no time with your wife. Every trip you take is a guy's trip. You ain't never taking your wife, though, out the country. You ain't never spending time. What man want to just be with a bunch of other men out the country?
Because they're getting additional grown man gifts.
Grown man,
You know what I'm saying? I go out the country. Nobody else I would want to go with than my spouse.
Oh, no question.
That was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to do the opposite because now I'm seeing these people are pulling apart in their marriage. You know, dude, I took what I saw in other people that I did not like. I created a process which was nothing more than the opposite, right? But this is something I wanted to say when Carl was saying it, that when you're doing a process, man, a process is going to be painful. Yeah. It's going to be painful. Yeah, and I'm going to go back to the beginning of this podcast. The reason why I got a trainer is not because I want to feel good. The reason why I got a trainer is because I work out so much that every time I work out, I don't feel pain no more.
That's why we abandoned the process, because we want to feel good.
We want to feel good. I don't feel, CJ, bro, when I work out, man, you've been in the gym with me. I be in my own gym for an hour. I told Carl the other day, Carl texted me, what you doing? I said I did a couple miles on the treadmill, I did a couple miles on the elliptical, and then I did the row machine. Then I went and swam for 2 hours. And I still don't
pic
feel.
He sent me?
I don't feel.
He sent me a pic. I thought he had just come out the pool. He was sweating so hard. I'm like, what, you was in the pool? He's like, oh no, I just got done rowing. I'm like,
but bruh, sometimes you can't kick your own butt no more. Cause it feel so I don't feel pain no more. Yeah. So therefore now I'm hiring somebody to make me feel pain. Why? Because I know that the part of the process or progression in the process is feeling pain.
Yeah, that's good.
If it feel good, ain't nothing coming from it. Nothing's gonna happen for you.
It's not a real process.
Nothing gonna happen. So you gotta feel pain in order to progress in the process.
So a lot of my
processes.
Hey, them 20-minute miles on your Peloton, you gonna have to cease. If you gonna have to start riding until you feel some pain. And we ain't talking about the booty pain that you got from me.
Oh, that pain is enough pain right there. See, that's enough pain right there.
The booty pain.
When you get the bike, you'll feel
from
the
Peloton seat.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking like y'all got all this technology. Y'all could come up with a better seat, but maybe that's it, Ma. They wanted you to feel that pain.
That's it.
Hey, you're not supposed to be sitting the whole time anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Organifi, man, the superfood green juice powder. You see, y'all see it. I got it done. It's great. Couple of those a day, man. How you feeling, right? Also, man.
Have you moving, baby? How you
Also,
moving?
Carl, Solo Creator Pro, let us know what's going on with it.
Yeah, talk to us, Carl.
Hey, I'm talking about the third. This is the third. We just launched January 4th. We launched our third cohort, y'all. And I'm just saying, if you're not in it, I don't know why, but anything that you're looking to learn, and I'm promising you guys, I've made it super simple. I got Quincy on. C talked about Q earlier.
Yep.
Q is... He Mr. Philly, man. He did everything you could think about, from movies, radio, the whole nine. And I'm telling y'all, we broke it down into simple steps. 10 steps from me, 10 steps from Q, and it's going to show you exactly how to make your footage look great, exactly how to be confident. A lot of people might not be, tripping on the camera, but you want to stand in. I'm showing you 2021, y'all. I said it on my IG page. That sounds weird coming out of my mouth, y'all. I ain't even had no social media.
Come on.
But I said it on there like, this whole year, last year, we had to do a lot of stuff that we weren't comfortable with process.
I saw you.
We start
trying to take
wearing
my spot.
masks. We doing all kind of stuff uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm saying, let's do something uncomfortable that's going to bring you a result. Get you comfortable on camera. So any business idea you got, anything you're trying to push, you ain't got to need nobody else to do it. You take your phone up, you take your camera up, you learn how to do it yourself, and you can get it out there, man. You got extra time now. A lot of us ain't doing things like we used to. Some of y'all ain't going to church in the last 2 years. Use this time. I'm serious. Just use the time to learn something. I'm not trying to be funny. It's $97, see. It's not even like something that you got to really think about. Like, skip a couple meals and you got 21
Chris.
days.
No,
of
what's that one the mall go to? What's that one, CJ?
Steak 48.
Steak 48.
Steak 48.
Hey, you're going to have to skip about a year's worth of meals.
You can go to Steak 40. You can do Carl's class for Steak 48 a couple times.
Come on, man. So, yeah, let's get it.
Yes, sir.
that's
More
what's
Make
up.
Real
Proud of
Estate
you.
Real.
Yeah,
Tell
proud
us
of you,
about
bro.
Make Real Estate Real. What's going on?
Oh, man, I'm just full right now, bro. I feel good, man, just seeing y'all and talking to you guys and just everything going on with Make Real Estate Real. I've been getting hundreds of messages just about how excited people are because we got it's working. They getting results. People working on their third, fourth property, and then now to the people that will sit on the sideline that's got the information, but they didn't get in the game. Why? Because they didn't have the money to get in the game, the down payment. Now you have no excuse because we are giving you down payment assistant program. We are loaning you the money to put down on the property. So now that you can buy your investment property, you have no excuse no more. It's part of the process. You got no excuse no more.
You got the whole process laid out.
So the whole process is laid out. So now we see people, man, but you got to be part of Make Real Estate Real, and then you got to be with part of our elite alumni group, and because those people are serious. And so I said, okay, if you invest in yourself and you're that serious, then you're serious enough for us to invest into you to help you with the down payment.
go.
Man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
100%.
Hey,
So
see,
go to-
thanks for letting me go before Maul, so Maul don't have to show me up. Let's keep
No,
this
for
flow.
real.
Carl, you part of the process, Carl.
No, the question, Carl.
Facts.
You
Facts.
showing the process right now, Carl.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I watch you get in front of that camera, and I watch you, really show the people the importance of it and the value of it. And you made a call, and I was just like, wow, Carl in front of the camera. He used to be behind the camera. He in front of that camera.
I'm the
So,
last
yeah.
of the Mohicans, not on social media. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still holding out, dog. Carl done left me. It used to be me and Carl.
I moved
And
on.
now Carl, I look up, I see Carl on IG. I said, Lord have mercy. I got me a little, what do they call it? A little Finsta. I just on there, you know what I'm saying? I got no profile pic. I just, look at all my homies doing it big
KD.
on IG.
KD.
I got a burner account. Everybody talking junk about me on the podcast. That's me underneath the comments. Like,
Hey,
shut
y'all,
your
but don't be,
butt up.
everybody out there listening, don't be no fool. CJ be sitting there. He don't have a personal account.
No.
But he sure
But he
be
take
like,
over mine.
I'm talking about he be on E account. Like, nope, my account, Toby's
Oh, yeah.
account. He control all
Yeah,
our
yeah.
accounts, y'all. So
I be
he
want to
don't
make a
want
comment to something, and she already made a comment on it.
Oh, no, I don't make no comments. That might be Nikki helping you out with the
Okay.
comments.
All right.
Yeah, no, I don't do comments. Yeah, no,
okay.
I stay
EC
away from
might
that.
delete your comment.
Right.
Right.
be straight up controlling all that.
Real quick, we got the NFL playoffs starting Saturday. Who y'all got winning the Super Bowl?
Chicago Bears.
Who y'all got winning the Super Bowl?
Chicago Bears.
Can I pick two
Realistically,
teams?
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you ain't
Can I
saying
get-
realistically. All right.
Okay.
Can I get two? Can I get? And
You
it's a
could do
long
if
shot.
you could do two if you do NFC and AFC.
NFC. So I'm gonna do Tampa,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do Pittsburgh.
Oh,
KC.
Well, I feel you. That's why I'm going with Pittsburgh. I want to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I want to have fun.
I'm sticking with the process, Marlon. Going with KC. I'm sticking with the process.
So everybody's going with well, y'all going with Mahomes, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Man, I really don't want to, but I like Lamar, so I'm gonna go with the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? And pull an upset, and I don't know KC. Now, if I had to bet, if we talking about money, I go Mahomes with y'all, but I'm gonna just for the sake of the pod, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. And see if Lamar.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, see if Lamar can get it done. I like Lamar, man.
Pick.
You know, he growing up. He showed me a lot coming back a few weeks ago and winning that game. So we'll go with the Ravens. And I want to shout out to my Lions once again. Just a terrible, terrible, terrible season. And again, I know y'all working hard. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all trying to do your thing, but. Once again, we are not in the playoffs. And now the Browns, that's the thing I hate too. Now the Browns done made it. Oh, Lord, have mercy. But we used to be looking at Browns fans like, hey, we at least better than y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't the worst of the worst.
Not no more.
Yeah, unfortunately. But hey, I rep the Lions to the death.
Oh,
so
no
we
question.
Always gonna say go Lions.
You and Ha Davis both.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Forward down the field. I'm trying to think. I got anything else? Any other exciting announcements, or we can get out of here? I know you supposed to be at the mall. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mess up your process.
Hey, let me get E props,
which one?
y'all.
Which process, Maul?
Said which process?
Yeah, he said you don't want to mess it up. Which one?
GMG.
Hey,
you gonna get cold in your stocking tonight. You ain't getting no grown man. You gonna get cold in your stocking.
I'm stealing this one from E, y'all. E finished work at 10:30 in the morning. E gonna be through for the day, and E is free.
And I did 5 things today already, y'all, so I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, well, man, listen. I let E take the topic today, but I got so much in my phone that I just
he keeps it in his phone.
I cannot wait for y'all to hear next week's podcast.
You got a whole year, see. You got a whole year.
No, I got more than that.
I do want to say, E, today was a great topic, bro. I think you did an awesome job.
Right. It was
think I think that this was probably one of the best topics we've had in this year. So, hey, I just want to say,
the best one of the year.
I've been with CJ for some years now. I'm good. I'm good.
This was fun.
He'll give me 1 or 2 a year, so I got to take it up top, and then I get to get one at the bottom.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody should pick a topic day. We should have everybody pick a topic day.
No, that ain't gonna happen. That's not about to happen.
We don't want to hear about Maul personal trainer all episode. You know what I'm saying? All right. Love y'all, man. We'll
love y'all
see
too,
you
See you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.